Hello and welcome, everybody. This is John from Platzi English Academy. It is always a pleasure to be here with you all every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Colombian and Mexican time. Today, we have, as usual, an amazing agenda. And yes, in case you were wondering, yes, I'm back at home. I'm back in Bucaramanga. I'm back at my studio. I enjoyed very much my time in Medellin, getting to know the students in person. Sharing in our live event last Friday was just magnificent. And because we miss you so much, is that we plan to do some other cool things soon at English Academy. So you always got to be very tuned to all the news, to be very ready and attentive to all the news that we bring at English Academy, because who knows? Next time might be something special around where you live. So you got to be tuned. Now, this agenda, the agenda for today requires your entire attention. So make sure you bring your pencil, your pen, your notebook, your tablet, your coffee, your water, whatever works best for you, because our teacher today will bring some exercises and activities to make us produce in English. And before we get to that point, let me welcome my co-host and colleague, the one and only. You have seen her a lot. You saw her in person in Medellin last week. You saw her in the previous lives. She's the one and only, our English program manager, Waida. Hey, Wai, it's good to see you again. Now, there's a screen, splitting us apart. But let me tell you that it's great to have you back. How are you doing?
Hello, John, and hello, everybody. I'm really excited to be here again in the live on Tuesdays. I know now there is a screen. I have mixed feelings. It's good to be back home, but it was nice to be in Medellin. The weather, the people were amazing. So, well, I'm really happy to be here with all the great things that we bring today for our community.
Yes, why? Actually, I'm taking a look at the chat and I see that there's lots of people from all around the world saying hi. And I recognize some names from our event on Friday. Let me say hi to Juliana. Juliana, was great seeing you there and, interacting with you. I see some other people here as well. Give me 1 second. I see also Bob Bueno. I recognize names now. That's really good.
Wonderful.
And hi to all the people, yes. And hi to all the people that are connecting from Chile, from Argentina, from Guatemala. It's great to have people and students joining us from Guatemala. I see people from Ecuador as well, from El Salvador, from Nicaragua. Well, that's fantastic. Welcome everyone to this wonderful live class. And why? To start with, I know there's a lot going on. This is at English Academy. We're launching practice sessions, and we have always new courses and new podcasts. Let's start with a podcast that everyone must listen if you want to take well care of your plants. And this one was an episode that you hosted. Tell me more about this wonderful episode, which I loved. What is this podcast about?
Amazing. Well, those who watched the event on Friday know that I love podcasts. So being part of it, it's amazing for me. And well, I love plants, and I decided to share a little bit this experience that I have had with plants, because, it's not easy to take care of them. And it's been a journey for me, learning how to take care of them, learning about plants, because every plant is different. And I shared a little bit of my experience. And of course, there is some vocabulary that everybody can learn there. So really recommended this episode. Is very short. So as you're having breakfast or working out, I don't know what time you like to listen to podcasts, but it's perfect. But John, this is one episode. I was the host. I loved it. But there was another episode out last week. And I know you took part on that episode. And it was about interviews, if I'm not mistaken. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, why? This was an episode that I recorded live with Cesar, our English community manager. And this is a fantastic podcast. if you want to get prepared for job interviews at startups. In this podcast, both Cesar and I share our experience when it comes to facing job interviews for startups, because we know that startups are, a different world, different situations, a different rhythm. So we share from our perspective and experience some of those or the most interesting questions that we have used or that we have received during job interviews at startups. This is a fantastic podcast if you are planning on applying to a startup, if you are in a recruitment process already, or if you want to get ready for a future interview. Why? This is a podcast that I personally prepared with so much love, and I'm going to be leaving in the comment section the link so you can go and listen to it and prepare for this incredible and also exciting world of interviews in English at startups.
I have to say, John, that I've heard that episode already. Of course, that's my Saturday podcast, English Academy.
I know.
That's the one I listen to on Saturdays. And I have to say that all the tips are very complete. I really liked it and I found it very meaningful. So definitely a podcast to listen.
Awesome. Why? I'm glad to know you liked it. And I'm leaving the link right now in the comment section so that everyone can go and listen to it as well. But this is in the end. Why? I know that our practice sessions this week are focused on something very particular, which is one of our main challenges. And it's this course per week 3.0, this third version of this fantastic challenge. Tell us more about those practice sessions. Why? And I know you want to share with us the schedule so you, everyone, wherever you are watching us, can also join.
Absolutely. So if you don't know what a practice session is, they are sessions in which we practice what you're learning in the courses. Where can you find them? We'll leave the link in the chat as well. And this is the schedule. Yeah, I always get confused. I love this part. Well, the schedule is either I think it's on my right. You can see there the sessions, the different sessions per level. So the challenge, the challenge gives you, you have a different challenge depending on your level, right? Because we want you to learn what you will be able to learn, right? We don't want you to get bored with an easy level. We don't want you to find it too difficult with higher levels. So the practice sessions are also divided by level. And you can see it in the calendar. And every one of these practice sessions corresponds to one of the courses you are taking for the challenge, okay? You will have between 2 and 3 sessions per course. Each session will be about different topics. So you take the course and you have a lot of practice with other students that are taking the challenge, and also with a teacher that is going to guide you, answer your questions, and of course, make the challenge more meaningful. What do you think, John?
Why? This is fantastic because this is the extra practice that everyone was asking for. So take advantage of these sessions that we have prepared for your level. These sessions are focused on the content of our courses, and they are the best opportunity for you to meet a teacher and ask all those questions that you have always wanted to ask. Also to participate with other students and to have fun, because that's part of learning. So where can our students find this calendar of activities?
Amazing question. They can find it in our central course of English activities. Okay, you go to English activities, you go to the class called practice sessions, and there you can see the list of the schedules, which practice session is happening which day, and you will see what course we are going to be working on in each one of them. So you can organize your time and of course, come ready to the practice session to ask your questions and put into practice everything you're learning in the courses. So really take advantage of them. It's a great opportunity to speak, to get to know other people, to take the English and those courses you're taking really to the next level.
Yes, why? And even some students are already recommending these sessions because they are the great, a great opportunity for you to start losing that fear of, speaking in front of others. So Santiago Tejas right now in the chat is recommending these spaces 100%. And there's more students that are also recommending our podcast and our practice sessions. Remember that to be able to access to these activities, you need to be an active student at Platzi English Academy. You need to have an active subscription, and you can find the links to join these activities at platzi.com/English activities. I'm going to leave the link in the comment section in just a moment. But besides these practice sessions, Waida, besides these podcasts, we also have 2 courses that are coming out this week. Tell us more. What are those courses about? Why?
Okay, let's do something. I'm going to talk about one, and then you talk about the other one. Okay.
Let's do it.
And I'm going to start with one skill that our students ask for a lot, and it's writing, right? Writing. So this week it's coming out our intermediate course for writing. So if you are working on that skill that is very important, this is the course for you. It's, we have basic, intermediate, and I think we are working on the advanced already. John, I might be giving spoilers here, but this is definitely a course that you will want to take to work and improve on your writing. John, which is the other course?
Why? So just like you mentioned, this intermediate course on writing is also based on your suggestions, on the needs that you express. This is a fantastic opportunity to improve your writing skills with one of our teachers and course directors here at Platzi, with Andres Moncada. And the second course that we are launching this week, it's a C1 course, also for our advanced students. And this course, it focuses on presentations and idiomatic expressions. This is a fantastic course that we created with Michelle Easley, one of our teachers at Platzi as well. And this is one of those advanced courses that will allow you to understand English from a different perspective, and also to test your abilities when it comes to using idiomatic expressions. I personally love it. Why? And these are 2 courses that we're launching this week. And there's 2 more courses that we are launching the next week. These courses to be launched are English for Developers, which everyone is waiting for, and another C1 course, because our advanced students were asking for more and more and more content. Well, here it is. 2 C1 courses coming out this month, 1 intermediate course on writing, and English for Developers with the one and only Sebastian Del Monte. I'm very excited. Why? Out of these 4, which one is the one that you personally, as a human being, are looking forward to watching, to seeing the most?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. I think I would go with idiomatic expressions because they are tricky, I would say. I think that's the best word. And they require a lot of practice. So, and they are very important, right? When you communicate in a natural, normal environment, it's good to be familiar with them. So I would go with that one.
Nice. Why? I'm very excited for English for Developers because it's a special teacher and we have some special things included in that course. Any of our courses are honestly fantastic. I personally plan to take them all, so you cannot miss them. I'm going to be leaving the links in the chat so you can go to the course and add it to your agenda. So you are the first person taking the course as soon as it's out and available. Well, why? It's now time to move forward with our agenda, and it's time to welcome an amazing teacher that you have seen in several courses actually at Platzi, because she doesn't have just one course. She has several, and she also has some courses for our students in Brazil. She speaks 3 languages and is the one and only Fernanda Machado. Before we go with her, let's take a look at this video. It's now time to learn how to talk or how to use quantifiers in English and certain words that can help you express quantities. And for that, we have invited Fernanda Machado, one of the greatest teachers that we have at Platzi, and she'll be teaching this topic and also assigning you some homework, some exercises to do. Fair, welcome to this live class. Welcome to this fantastic space. How are you doing today?
Hi, John. Hi, Waida. I'm great. Hi, everyone. I'm doing great. I'm glad to be
Awesome.
here.
Fantastic. Fair. Let's start by knowing a little bit more about you. Tell us a couple of things about you. Where do you live? Where have you worked? I know you have a very interesting background when it comes to traveling. So tell us more about that.
Yes. Well, now I'm living in Bogota, Colombia, but I'm from Brazil. I'm a Brazilian teacher, but a Brazilian English teacher. And I speak three languages, as John said. I speak Portuguese, is my native language. I speak English, and I also speak Spanish. And I've been working around the world for several years. Actually, I worked on cruise ships for a few years, and I've been living here in Colombia for the past, oh my God, 5 years already. Wow, that's a lot, but it's been great.
Awesome, fair. Thank you so much for sharing that. And well, we are ready to learn with you vocabulary that we all need to refer to quantities in English. So the floor is yours.
Okay, thanks. All right. So, hi everyone. And tonight we're going to see this vocabulary, some useful words you can use to talk about quantities. So, we're going to use some quantifiers. All right. So, let's start understanding what a quantifier is. So quantifiers are words we can use to talk about quantity, the amount, the degree, or the number of something in English. So there are some special words we can use to talk about this. So we use quantifiers before nouns, before verbs, before adverbs as well. So it's important for you to understand when to use a quantifier, and more importantly, you have to understand which quantifier to use. So we're going to focus this class in positive and negative meaning. We have different quantifiers, and some quantifiers are used to give a positive meaning to a sentence and some other to give a negative meaning to a sentence. Let's start saying some different quantifiers we're going to use for this class. We're going to start with positive meaning. We have here a few, a little, many, and much. Of course, we have different quantifiers, way more than these ones in here, but we're going to use only these four so it doesn't get too confused. But let's start with this idea in here. We're going to talk about positive meaning. It doesn't mean the sentence is going to be in the affirmative or in the negative. We're talking about the meaning of the sentence. All right. So I would love to see if you can leave some comments, some sentences using these quantifiers. How do you think you can use a few, a little, many, and much, giving this positive meaning to a sentence? So I hope you can give us some examples in the comment section while we continue with the class. Here we have some different quantifiers. They're very similar. As you can see, we have here the positive ones, a few, a little, many, and much. And we have here some negative ones, few, little, too many, and too much. So this class is important because they're too similar. They're really, really, really similar. And it's easy for you to get confused when you're using them. And if you use few or a few, the meaning of the sentence changes completely. So we're going to see how can you use all these 4 quantifiers, few, little, much, and many, and the way they vary into the sentences to talk about positive meaning and negative meaning. Another thing we really need to pay attention when we're talking about quantifiers is if the word after this quantifier is countable or uncountable. I would like to know if you guys understand the difference between a countable and an uncountable noun. I don't know if you can give me some examples in the comment section as well. And it's important for you to understand because depending on the word that comes next, we're going to use some different types of quantifiers. Let's review this idea of countable and uncountable nouns. Let's see the difference. Countable nouns are those are the ones we can count. We can put a number on it. So if I say person, okay, it's one person, 2 people, 3 people. I can count them. You see, I can put 1, 2, 3, 4. On the other hand, an uncountable noun is a noun that I cannot put a number on it. I cannot count, like money. I can count the currency. I can say dollars or pesos, but I cannot count money. I cannot say 1 money, 2 money, 3 monies. You see, it doesn't work like that. So for the ones we've seen so far, we have few and a few, many and too many. We're going to use these quantifiers before countable nouns. And we're going to use little, a little, much, or too much before uncountable nouns. So far, we saw 2 different ideas. Which ones we use in a positive meaning or a negative meaning, and which ones we're going to use with countable or uncountable nouns. So now we have to mix this information to create different sentences. So let's see some examples. I'm going to give you another information that you can add to these quantifiers, so it's even more accurate when you're trying to say your sentence. Let's start with quantifiers we use to talk about a small amount. So it's a small amount for positive and negative. Let's see some examples. Let's start with this one here. We use few, as you can see, in a negative way, not in a negative sentence. Again, pay attention to that. The sentence is not in the negative. The meaning of the sentence is negative. So I can say, few people came to the party. If I say few people came to the party, I was expecting more people. Maybe I invited 100 people and only 10 showed up. So we use few for negative meaning. And as you can see, people, it's accountable now. I can count. So I use few people. Let's take a look at these other sentences. If I say a few people came to the party, I'm saying that a small amount of people came to the party, but it was enough. I didn't need more people. A few people came and it was great. You see, the sentence has a positive meaning. While I'm giving you these examples, I invite you to write some other examples using the words we're using here, the quantifiers, giving positive and negative meanings, okay? Let's see another one. Here we have little. Little we use to give negative meaning, but the word that comes after little is uncountable. Let's see this example. They speak little English. This sentence has a negative meaning because I can say, oh, they speak little English. They couldn't communicate. It was terrible. But if I say, they speak a little English, It doesn't mean they speak fluently or they speak, wow, great English. No, they speak a little English. They're still learning the language. But it was just enough for the situation that they were. Maybe they were at the airport, and that's okay. It was great. They could communicate because they speak a little English. Right. So those are the examples with the quantifiers giving positive or negative messages when we're talking about small amounts. Now we're going to see a different side. We're going to talk about big amounts. In this case, we're going to have the same negative meanings and positive meaning. Let's start with too many. Normally, when I use too in this instance, it's a way to intensify the, in this case, the quantifier in here. So when we use too, it has a negative meaning in English. So if I say she has too many shirts, it's because she doesn't need more. She has more than enough. It's too many. She doesn't even have like a place to put all the shirts she has. So if I'm saying this, too many, it's negative. Again, the sentence is in the affirmative, but I'm using too many to give a negative meaning. And again, I'm using many because shirts are countable. Okay, so they are countable. It's a countable noun. So I have too many. Let's see the example with only many. If I say she has many shirts, okay, great, good for her. She has enough. She doesn't need more. She doesn't need less. She has many shirts. She has options, but it doesn't sound like a negative thing. Let's take a look now in much. We have much for uncountable. In this case here, we have he loves you too much. That doesn't sound right. It's too much love. Something is wrong there, right? So if we're using too much, it's like negative. But if I say, oh, he loves you so much, it doesn't sound like a negative thing. Another example here could be, oh my God, I have too much work to do. Okay, it sounds like, oh, I don't need more work. I need to rest. You see, it's negative, a negative sound. Again, I invite you all to write some other examples. If you can give us examples using many, too many, much, and too much. Now it's your turn. We're going to play here. Well, we're going to complete some sentences. And I invite all of you to write the answer in the comment section. So I'll give you some sentences and I want you to complete with many, too many, much, too much, few, a few, little, or a little. Okay? Remember, you have to pay attention to the word that comes next. So if it's countable or uncountable, you have to pay attention if the meaning of the sentence is positive or negative. Let's play? Okay. Let's see this first exercise. We have here blank, people understand statistics. I need to use a quantifier to give a negative meaning and to talk about a small amount. What do you think is the answer? Few, a few, little, a little. Write in the comment section. Let's see if you get this one. Few people understand statistics. Here I'm talking about people, countable, so I'm using few, but I'm giving a negative sentence, so I'm not talking about few, I'm talking about few. It's negative, it's small amount. So few people understand the statistics. I wish more people would understand that. Let's see another example. Here is a positive meaning. We're talking about positive meaning and a big amount. How can you complete this sentence? Josh has friends. Let's see if you get this one. Josh has many friends, and that's good. I'm not giving a negative sense in this sentence. Josh has many friends. Good for him. Let's see another one. Let's go. There are people here. Again, people is a countable noun. I am giving a negative sense, and I want you to talk about a big amount. How can you complete this sentence? So let's see if you got it right. Let's go. There are too many people here. I don't want to be here. It's crowded. I just want to go home. See, it's negative. Too many. I don't want more people in here. So negative, big amount. Let's see another one. I'll have days off next month. I want to give a positive sentence. Talk about a small amount. How can you talk about this one? There you go. Did you get it? So I'll have a few days off next month. It's good. I need to rest, so I'm happy. I'll have a few days off. It's a small amount, just a few days. I don't have many days, but it's okay. It's still positive. I'll have a few days off. Let's see another one. Oh my God, I have homework. Here, I want you to give a negative meaning and talk about a big amount of homework. How can you complete this one? So you can say, oh my God, I have too much homework. I don't want more. It's too much. I'm using too much in here because homework is uncountable. I cannot count one homework, two homework. No, I cannot say that. So too much. Oh my God, I have too much homework. I need to rest. And let's see this one. Great. We still have money left. I'm talking about a sentence having a positive meaning, but it's just a small amount. How can you complete this one? Great. We still have a little money left, but that's good. We still have some money, all right? So it's a positive way to say something, and it's a small amount. I don't have a lot of money, but I still have a little, and I'm happy. Let's see this one. I have time to catch the bus. In this one, the meaning of the sentence is negative, and I'm talking about a small amount. How can you complete this one? I have little time to catch the bus. I need to run. I don't have time. It's just a little time. I need to rush. If not, I will miss the bus. Okay, so this one, it was the last example, but I have here two suggestions of courses you can take. And the first one where you can learn more about quantifiers is our basic course, A2, verb be, adjectives, and superlatives. This is the link, platzi.com/verb to be. This one is a basic course, it's an A2, but we have an entire module only talking about quantifiers. You're going to see some of those, but you're also going to see some different quantifiers. And another course that I have here at Platzi is this intermediate course, interrogative words and general truths. You can go to platzi.com/verdades. And in this course, we have some other topics, not only quantifiers, but there are some classes about quantifiers, and I believe you can all learn some new things. And that's it. That's it from my side. I don't know if you have any questions.
Fair. This was fantastic. All your students were participating in the comment section very actively, let me tell you.
Great.
Most of them actually got the answers right. And the thing is that the way in which you presented, right? Because a few and a little, I know that can be very confusing. but I'm pretty sure that with these examples and with the exercises, you managed to answer lots of questions about this topic. And the thing is that in English, there are many words that are pronounced similarly, that are written similarly. And actually, Fer, speaking of this, we shared a story on Instagram about some words with very tricky pronunciation. We were talking about this right before starting this live session. So I'm sending the link. I'm sharing the link right now here in the comment section so everyone can go and watch this Instagram story on how to pronounce some words that are very similar in writing, but with different pronunciations, just like it's happening with these quantifiers, a little. And while everyone goes and watches this story on Instagram, Fair, I want you to answer this important question about quantifiers, and is what happens with the word or with the food bread? Is bread countable, not countable? Tell us everything about this tricky word in English, because I know it's different with the languages, right?
Yes, I guess it's countable in many languages, especially Latin ones. In Portuguese, it's countable. In Spanish, it's countable. I can count bread. In English, we cannot. We can count different amounts, let's say like that. We can count loaves, so like the entire bread, we can count it like loaves of bread. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I cannot count bread. I cannot say 1 bread, 2 bread, 3 bread. I cannot even say that. It's so tricky because you cannot count it. You can count slices if like you have slices of bread, but you cannot count bread itself. So we can count, it's the same as pasta. You cannot count pasta. You can count the package, but you cannot count the food itself. So yeah, that's in English. It's a little tricky and it's different from other languages, but that's the importance of not translating everything, because if you start translating, you're going to, oh my God, you're going to get lost really easy, especially in this kind of words with countables and uncountables. Is really different from one language to the other, so it's important for you to understand. Okay, let's see in English, how does it work? I cannot compare like, oh, let's see how does it work in Spanish, or how does it work in Portuguese or in any other language. Don't do that.
Yes, that is actually funny, right? Because when I started to learn English, Fair, I found myself in a very funny situation in which I went to a bakery in the United States and I asked for 3 breads. And the lady at the counter was like, come again, please. And I'm like, yeah, 3 of those breads. And she understood what I said because I pointed at the elements. But then my friends said, no, John, we don't say that. We don't count the bread. And I was like, yes, but I can count 1, 2, 3.
I can see them. It's
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And they were like, no, yeah, like you were wrong, because the bread in English, it's just not countable, even though you can count the elements individually. As a food, as a concept, it is not countable. So that's tricky. Thank you for clarifying that, Fair.
No worries.
Awesome. Well, it is. Yes, Fair. Go ahead.
John, actually, it's Waira.
It's Waira.
It's a Waira.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to add to the bread discussion because I
Okay,
think it's
all right.
an interesting one. And it's a matter of perception of reality, right? In Spanish, we can see the loaf of bread and we count it, right? But you don't eat the complete loaf of bread in one sitting, right? Maybe some people do, but it's not common. But the big one, you know, bread is the big one that you slice. So that's the concept, right? In English, if you don't eat it like all at once, you can't count it. And I have a question here, John and Fer. But people might be thinking, but the small bread for hamburger, for example, for hot dog, that's bread. Is that bread? What's the name in English?
That is very curious what you're mentioning, why the fact of the concept, right? Because It is all about distinguishing how languages work. If we decide to translate, then we're gonna go crazy, right? Because the same situation happens, for instance, with money. The concept of money is not countable, the concept, but you count the system, right? You count the dollars, you count the coins, you count the bills, but the concept, you can't. I would say something similar happens with the bread. Like bread is more like a general thing, even though you can count it, but that's the way I process it in my brain, right? And you count the system that we have created for it, right? The pieces, like Fair mentioned, the slices, right? Or even the loaves of bread. You can count all those things, but it's all about understanding that languages are different, right? And something happens as well with rice. For instance, you technically can count the little grains. It's gonna take you forever, but you physically can do it. But the concept of rice is something that you don't count. You ask for a bowl, for a bag, right? For a pound of rice. But even though you can physically count the elements, the concept of that food, it's not really countable. Mind blowing, right?
That's right.
Can I add something? I guess it's
Yes.
also about the context. And I believe it's one of these two courses. Oh my God, I recorded so many courses. I don't remember where I said everything, but I believe it's in the B1 that I just mentioned. And there is a part in this course where I talk about coffees and cheeses, because in English, they're not countable. I cannot count coffee. I can count cups of coffee, but I cannot count coffee itself. But in the context, if I go to a cafe, I can say, "Oh, can I have two coffees?" You
Mm-hmm.
know, but because it's the context, of course they understand it's not like 2 grains of coffee. I don't want that. Like they know I want a cup of coffee. And so in the context, it's like you can understand. And I believe it's the same with everything that it's uncountable in English.
Mm-hmm.
We can also pay attention to that. What is the context? Where am I right now? If I say 2 coffees, 2 waters, it's normal. You can say like, "Oh, please give me 2 waters."
Yep.
People will understand. Okay, 2 bottles of water, 2 glasses of water. It's not like 2 waters. I don't even know how to measure
Yeah,
this.
it's
It's
funny.
about the context.
Yep, it's funny because English has rules, but we can also break them at times, right? In informal settings, I would say as well, because if, for example, you are writing an official document, right, or you're writing on an essay for university or something, well, these things are grammatically incorrect. But in reality, in the practice, in the day-to-day use of the language, yeah, these situations happen, right? You can say that to waters, to coffees, to cheeses, even though they
Yeah,
are
but maybe
not.
not 3 breads.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I've realized that that one is very strange, even in informal settings. Awesome, Fair. Thank you so much. Thank you, Y, also for joining us in this discussion. It's now that wonderful time to get ready for the games that, Wida and everyone always prepare for this last section. Before we go with that game, don't forget to go to Instagram. I shared the link a couple of seconds ago, and go and practice your pronunciation with these words that Cesar is pronouncing for you, so you can test how much vocabulary you know in terms of pronouncing these words. Why? We are all yours. Let's see the game that you have prepared for us.
Amazing. I was waiting for this moment, and I know that at home, many of you were waiting for this moment as well. You know that the games are surprise for John and for our teacher, in this case for Fair. So they had a homework. John and Fair, I sent each one of you 4 questions, and I asked you to have your answers ready. The answers to the questions are one word, maybe a short sentence, but very likely one word. So the game is guess the question. Okay, John and Fair, you cannot share the questions that I mentioned. Okay, so what we are going to do is, with the help of our great streamer, Diego, I'm going to show you a set of 4 questions. John and Fernanda, you are going to give me the answer, only the answer. And everyone at home is going to try and guess what is the question they are answering. Okay? And John, you will try to guess what question Fernanda answered. Fernanda, you will try to guess what question John answered. Sounds good?
All right. Sounds challenging, and I'm down for the challenge.
Okay, John is in competitive mode already.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see. So, Diego, please help us with the first set of questions. Let's start there. And these are the first questions. You realize all of them start with how many. So the answer is a number. John, can you share your number? What's your answer for the how many question?
Yes. Why? Let me see if I get it right. I have to answer these 4, right?
No, you have the answer for the ones that I sent you.
Okay, for the answers that okay, yeah, I was a bit confused because I was reading those questions here. Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
Only the number for your how many question.
Okay, only the number for my how many question. Okay, yes. And in this case is going to be 9. 9.
Everybody pay attention. John says 9. So what question is he answering? How many countries have you been to or have you visited? How many pets have you had in your life? How many pairs of shoes do you own? Or how many courses have you taught at Platzi? 9 what? Let me know in the chat. Fair. What's your answer first? What's your number?
Well, I don't know. Let's see if I know John a little. I guess is the last one. The number of courses he has here at Platzi.
Okay.
I believe it's 9.
Let's see what people are saying in the chat.
This is interesting.
Yeah, because I think pairs of shoes, I don't know.
People are divided in the chat. People are divided in the chat. Really, we have all the options there. There is not one that they haven't mentioned. John, don't answer yet. Fair. What is your number?
My number is 10.
10. So what is the question Fair is answering? Tell me in the chat. And John, what do you think is the question Fair is answering?
I would say, how many pets have you had in your life? Because I know that Fair loves pets, but I know she's visited more countries. So yeah, I'm going with that one. How many pets have you had in your life for Fair?
Okay. So you say how many countries? Fair, you say that is courses. Many people agree with both your answers. So John, what was your question?
So why? This is, I'm going to be very honest. This is crazy because actually many answers were possible. First, my initial answer was how many pairs of shoes? I have 9 pairs of shoes. But at the same time, I realized I have 9 courses at Platzi. And when I did the calculations, I've been to 9 countries. So this is a fantastic coincidence.
Okay, but now we want to know, how many pets have you had?
Oh my God. Honestly, I've had different pets. I've had rats, I've had hamsters, I've had fish, I've had birds, I've had rabbits as well. It's probably more than, definitely not cats. It's definitely more than 9.
Okay, so the only one Okay, the only one that is not 9, that the answer is not 9, is pets. Interesting. Yes. I tried to select different questions so this wouldn't happen, but here we are, right? Okay, good. Fair. What about you? People are saying, I'm sure it's pets. It must be pets. What was your question?
Well, actually, they're all right. It was pets. I believe actually it's even more because I started thinking how many fish I had, like from fairs. Oh my God, so many of them. But I believe counting all of them, 10. 10 would be a good number, yes, and for pets.
Very
I have
nice.
way more shoes than 10.
Yes. And some people were surprised, John, that you have 9 pairs of shoes. I don't know if they think it's too many or not enough. I don't know. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat. And 10 pets.
And it's a great opportunity for them to practice quantifiers. You see?
That's right. That's right. Excellent. Let's go with the second one. And in the chat, people said everybody won with John, probably. Very good. Let's go with the second. The second one is color. So, John, what is your color?
Mine is blue.
Blue. Fair. What is your color?
Mine is red.
Red. Perfect. And the questions are, what is your favorite color? What color are your socks at this moment? What color makes you feel peaceful? And what color do you dislike? So, John, let's start with you. First said red. What do you think is the question?
I would say it's not a color that she dislikes because she's wearing it at the moment. I would say is her favorite color.
Okay, interesting. What do you think at home? What do you think red is the answer to for Fernanda? Fair. What do you think it's John's question? The answer was blue.
This is blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm between the socks. Or if he feels peaceful, but I believe it's the color that makes him feel peaceful.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, blue. It's
and his background is blue, so it could be.
Maybe it could be his favorite color, though.
Oh, you need to make up your mind, Fair. You need to make up your mind.
Or maybe it's the 3 of them again. Maybe like multiple answers again.
No, you need to select one. You need to select.
No. I'm going with peaceful. That makes him feel peaceful, yeah.
Okay. In the chat we have, some people are saying, I'm not wearing socks. I know somebody here is not wearing socks either. Okay. Some people are saying that they dislike green. Okay. John, some said that they think that's the color of your socks at this moment. So let's see. Blue, it's your favorite color. Okay, let's see. John, what was your question?
I need to make a disclaimer here. I didn't know about this game whatsoever. This is real. This is happening. Again, blue is the answer to 3 questions in here. It's my favorite color, as you can see, the background, right? It's my favorite color. It's the color that makes me feel, peaceful, right? And at the same time, I have many pairs of socks that are blue. So the chances for that to happen were very high. And yes, my socks right now are blue. So yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody. No matter what your answer was, you won.
It was going to be correct, yes.
Yeah, okay. Fair. What about you?
That was a tricky one. Let's start with, this is not red. This is, I believe the light's not correct. It's kind of like, it's pink, let's say. And red, yeah, I don't like red. I have like, I really, I don't have clothes red. I don't have anything red.
Oh, wow.
It's not that I don't like, but it's my least favorite color, let's say like that. I prefer the other ones. So he was like, oh, you're wearing red. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Well, many people in the chat said that. She's wearing red, so maybe that's her favorite color. I think the lights didn't help there.
Yeah, it's like pinkish.
Yeah, okay, very good. I think we have time for one more, right, John?
Yes, let's do it.
Perfect. Let's go with the next one.
Actually,
And
yeah,
somebody,
let's try and squeeze it in, and let's
Yeah.
try and do the other two.
the other two. Perfect.
Yeah.
So somebody is saying they want to see your socks, John. I'll leave it to you. Okay, next one. This is about places. So, John, what is your place? Fernanda, what is your place?
My place is kindergarten.
Oh, okay. Let's see if it's the answer for
Random.
many of them.
All right. My place is Colombia, so I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the 4 questions. What is the most beautiful place you have been to? What is the place you would not go back to? Where would you live for the rest of your life? And where would you like to go on your next? John, if you say that kindergarten is where you would like to go. Okay, let's see. In the chat, let us know. What do you think is the question John is answering? Kindergarten. And what is the question that Fer is answering? Colombia. Fer, what do you think is John's question?
I believe. Oh my God, if it's
Oh
not
my
that
God.
one, I believe it's the second one. What's the place you would not go back to? I imagine that because kindergarten is not a good place for vacation or to live there, or
Well, who knows,
or
right?
not the most beautiful place you've been to. Come on.
We don't know with John.
Yeah, now I'm like not sure, but I would say that one, a place he would not like to go back to.
People agree with you in the chat, Fernanda, that he doesn't want to go there. And people are saying that for you, Fer, is the place you want to go for your next vacation. But John, tell us, how many questions?
Well, in this case, I would say for sure, it's only one answer, right? And it's the place I wouldn't like to go back to. Definitely, I've been to other more interesting destinations. So I'm glad it's only one answer in this case.
That's good.
That is perfect. I'm cracking up here. And Fer, people are saying that Colombia, it's maybe for your next vacation, or let's see. Well, most people were guessing John's because that one was the easiest one. Or the first one, the most beautiful place you have been to. What do you say, John? What is first question?
Ooh, I would say is the most beautiful place she's been to, because, well, she's been here for a while in Colombia. So I would discard the last two. So I would go with the first.
Fair. What is your question?
No, my question was this one. Where would you like to live for the rest of your life? I don't mind living the rest of my life in Colombia. I really like here. It's a beautiful place. I'm not gonna lie, but it was the third one.
Very nice. So love for Colombia. Good. Nice. This one was not that difficult and it made us laugh. It was good. Let's go with the number 4.
Perfect. Last but not least, number 4. Let's see what you got for us. Why?
Number 4. So we have food. John. No, let's start with Fair this time. Fair, what's your answer?
My answer is cake.
Cake. John, before you tell us yours, what do you think? It's the question to first answer. Favorite food? Least favorite food? A food that reminds her of her childhood? Or a food that she eats very often? What do you think, John?
I think it's the food that reminds her of her childhood. I'll go with that one.
You will go with that one. Let's see what people are saying. John, can you help me in the chat? I can't seem to see the answers. What are people saying there?
Yeah, some of the answers are slides. Change the slides, but they were changed already, so we can see them now.
Nice.
We will see.
Okay, let's see what they say. Let's go with you, John. What's your answer?
My answer is beetroot. Beetroot.
Okay. Beet is this purple veggie that is really purple, that when you eat it, you are all purple, right?
Yep, beetroot. That is the one.
Okay, fair. What do you think is the question to that
I
answer?
know this one. This one is his least favorite food. I'm sure 100% this one.
I
You
think,
could
John,
see it
you
on my
kind of,
face as well when I pronounce the
yes,
word.
you gave it away. Yes. So, yes. So everybody's saying yes, fair, that is your favorite food. That's the most common answer. And for John, least favorite. So fair. What was your question for cake?
Well, now it's my turn. I can answer 3 questions with cake.
Yes.
Well, I can say it's my favorite dessert. It's not my favorite food. Like, but I eat cake every single day,
Oh,
sometimes
wow.
twice a day. I love cake. It's amazing. And but like the question was, it's the ones that reminds me my childhood. And
Yeah, I
because
got it.
since I know
Okay.
myself. I love cake and I eat cake every day. And everybody that knows me when I go to their homes, there's like, oh, I made cake. I was like, oh, I baked a cake. And I'm like, yay. So yeah, I can
Amazing.
answer 3 of them with
Great.
cake,
Wonderful. I'll make sure I have cake next time we see each other.
please.
Oh,
John, what about you? Is it your least favorite food? Just to confirm.
it is absolutely my least favorite food on earth.
Oh,
Period.
ever. Okay, good. Everyone's like, okay. Very good. Excellent. So thank you everybody for participating. John and Fer, thank you for participating, for having your homework ready. And well, John, and Fer, what do you think?
Why? Thank you so much. I honestly had a wonderful time. Next time I'll share my socks. It's not a good moment to do so right now. But I really enjoyed it. Why? Thank you so much for these questions. Thank you so much, Fair, also for your class, for your exercises. Those tips that you shared, those exercises were just fantastic. And also thank you everyone for watching us live as usual. We are going to meet here, same time, same channel next Tuesday with another magnificent topic that will blow your mind. Thank you everyone for watching us and well, till the next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.